देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। अथ द्वादशोऽध्यायः। एवं सततयुक्ता ये भक्तास्त्वां पर्युपासते ये चाप्यक्षरमव्यक्तं तेषां के योगवित्तमाः। मय्यावेश्य मनो ये मां नित्ययुक्ता उपासते श्रद्धया परयोपेतास्ते मे युक्ततमा मताः। ये त्वक्षरमनिर्देश्यमव्यक्तं पर्युपासते सर्वत्र गमचिन्त्यं च कूटस्थमचलं ध्रुवम्। सन्नियम्येन्द्रियग्रामम् सर्वत्र समबुद्धया ते प्राप्नुवन्ति मामेव सर्वभूतहिते रताः। क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषामव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखं देहवद्भिर्वाप्यते। ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परा अनन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्त उपासते तेषामहं समुद्धरता मृत्युसंसारसागरात् भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ मय्यावेशितचेतसाम्। मय्येव मन आधत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः। अथ चित्तं समाधातुं न शक्नोषि मयि स्थिरम् अभ्यासयोगेन ततो मामिच्छाप्तुं धनञ्जय। अभ्यासेऽप्यसमर्थोऽसि मत्कर्म परमो भव मदर्थमपि कर्माणि कुर्वन् सिद्धिमवाप्स्यसि। अथैतदप्यशक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यतात्मवान्। श्रेयो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात् ज्ञानात् ध्यानं विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्मफलत्यागात् शान्तिरनन्तरम्। अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमी। सन्तुष्टः सततं योगी यतात्मा दृढनिश्चयः मय्यर्पितमनो बुद्धिर्यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः। यस्मान्नो द्विजते लोको लोकान्नो द्विजते च यः हर्षामर्षभयोद्वेगैर्मुक्तो यः स च मे प्रियः। अनपेक्षः शुचिर्दक्ष उदासीनो गतव्यथः सर्वारम्भपरित्यागी यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः। यो न हृष्यति न द्वेष्टि न शोचति न काङ्क्षति शुभाशुभपरित्यागी भक्तिमान् यः स मे प्रियः। समः शत्रौ च मित्रे च तथा मानापमानयोः शीतोष्णसुखदुःखेषु समः सङ्गविवर्जितः। तुल्यनिन्दास्तुतिर्मौनी सन्तुष्टो येन केनचित् अनिकेता स्थिरमतिर्भक्तिमान् मे प्रियो नरः। ये तु धर्म्यामृतमिदं यथोक्तं पर्युपासते श्रद्दधाना मत्परमा भक्तास्तेतीव मे प्रियाः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्।
उपस्थित भगवत भक्तों के रूप में मेरी अपनी ही आत्माओं, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता भगवान के मुखार बिंद से निकली हुई अमर वाणी है और जो भी जीव श्रद्धा सहित इस अमर वाणी को धारण करता है वो जीवत्व को छोड़कर ईश्वरत्व की प्राप्ति करता है, इसमें कोई संशय नहीं है। ये जीवात्मा चाहे जिस देश में रहे और चाहे जिस भेष में रहे, गीता सबका सब काल में समान रूप से कल्याण करने वाला एक अनुपम एवं अलौकिक ग्रंथ है।
दृष्टि सृष्टि को पलटे देखा उनको गोकुल के गोरस पर उनको गोकुल के गोरस पर साव साव पारम चलते देखा प्रबल प्रेम के पाले पड़कर प्रभु को नियम बदलते देखा अपना मान भले टल जावे अपना मान भले टल जावे भक्त मान नहीं टलते देखा जिनके चरण कमल कमला के जिनके चरण कमल कमला के कटल से न निकलते देखा उनको ब्रिज करीर कुंजन में उनको ब्रिज करीर कुंजन में कंठक पद पर टलते देखा प्रबल प्रेम के पाले पड़कर प्रभु को नियम बदलते देखा अपना मान भले टल जावे अपना मान भले टल जावे भक्त मान नहीं टलते देखा जितसंगदोषा आध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तकामा द्वन्द्वे विमुक्ता सुखदुःखसङ्गे गच्छन्त्यमूढा परमव्ययं तत् सर्वस्य चाहम् इति सन्निवेष्टो मत्तास्मितिर्ज्ञा नमपोहनं च वेदे च सर्वे ब्रह्मेव वेदो वेदान्तकितवे Daviteva Chaham Vedantra Kitave Daviteva Chaham. You can now gently and slowly open your eyes and know that you are a unique and beautiful spiritual being of pure consciousness, and all you have to do is to shine brightly, and you'll be helping the world and the universe. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev, Jai Geeta Mataji. Stay blessed.
Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev. A very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for being with us tonight. Having said that, I would now like to invite Guru Bhai Joshi ji to please unmute yourself. And Joshi ji, over to you.
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev. Very, very happy again with all of you on beautiful Guruvar. It is the best moment that I feel on a given day. Think about Bhagavad Gita, think about meditation, think about Nandaji, think about Prasadji, eagerly waiting to listen beautiful messages. I was thinking, Gita Gangosavam Pitva Punarjanam Navityase. That Punarjanam is moment after this. We are born every moment again and again. That Punarjanam that we are left, we came with all the vices are washed away. The best way to live after knowing some jewels out of Bhagavad Gita, you live in a different world. And with Guru Kripa, we are doing so well. With that, I want to request our very, very dear Narendra Kapoorji to please give us something that we can take it for a whole week until we see you again next week.
Jai Shri Krishna and Jai Gurudev to all. It's a great divine assembly of Gita devotees, and it's a golden opportunity to share thoughts on the elitist philosophy of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are all the disciple of great Guruji Swami Hariharji Maharaj, who was the epitome. Each and every iota of his body was charged with the wisdom of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. He was able to transform this knowledge to millions of devotees on the 7 continents single-handed. And that miracle happened only when Bhagavan Sri Krishna is right within you and behind you. And our Guruji's wisdom was par excellence. हम घरों में सत्संग करते थे, and it was a divine opportunity to touch his feet, to sit with him and talk with him. He was so light-hearted. His discussion was like a childish, but when he'll speak about Srimad Bhagavad Gita, he was par excellent Vidwan. Today, I just want to share with you the wisdom embedded in one of the verses. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yomi bhaktya prayachati tadham bhakti varitam ashnami priyatatma. We do many things on a daily basis, and we know many things, but we don't believe everything. Especially as far as the wisdom of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is concerned. Our daily life is not realigned with the wisdom of Bhagavad Gita. And that is the issue. I just want to bring it today. We are all the devotees committed to digest the wisdom of Bhagavad Gita. But at the same time, our daily routine must reflect that wisdom. Otherwise, it is just the utopian idea. We talk and we don't get anything. So it is our responsibility. We come alone, we go alone. It is my responsibility, your responsibility individually. How to transform yourself before your final exit on this little tiny planet. And that can happen if we practice on a daily basis, whatever we do, in the spirit of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We ask many things. Our demands are multifarious. We continue to ask many, many things from the Almighty Bhagavan Sri Krishna on a daily basis. And it never stops. It never stops. And that's the problem. In Bhagavad Gita, the verse which I am sharing with you, that is what the Lord is asking you to give me. It is the vice versa. We ask multitude demands, desires, and many, many things continuously, unbroken. But what Bhagavan Sri Krishna is asking to give him, we don't pay attention. We know it, what he wants, but we never have the courage to give it back to Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Patram, pushpam, phalam. 3 things he's asking. He's not asking houses and cars and bungalows and bank balances. Nothing. Patram, pushpam, phalam. 3 things. And everybody knows what those 3 things are. It's the leaf, pata, pushp is the flower, and the end result of your action, that is the fruit. So we have leaf, flower, and the fruit. So what are these 3 things? If he is the creator, anything he's asking, he gives us that thing. We never generate anything on this planet. We are the users. We cannot create even a little ant or a mosquito. But we talk lofty things, and due to the climax display of ego, we do many things which are totally contrary to the creation. He is asking these 3 things. Pattar, pushpam, phalam. Patra means, if I show you the leaf of any cultivation, you will recognize. If I show you a leaf of tulsi, you will know what is tulsi. If I show you leaf of mango, you will say it is mango. So on, so forth. Most of the time you will recognize if a leaf is shown to you. In our personality, we are also having a leaf, and that is called the mind. We are known by our mind. Mind means how we talk, how we interact, and most of the time what you are thinking. That is your leaf. The moment you open up your mouth and your mind dictates you what to say, you are recognized by the society. So our mind is the leaf. Our mind is the leaf. The Lord is asking, give me your mind. So it is very simple. He is asking for the mind. I will say, oh, I will give my mind. But the idea is our minds are not pure. It is clustered with negativity. And most of the time, we don't think about the Almighty. We are living in our own generated kingdom of I-ness. और उसी में सारा जीवन चला जाता है. We never think of the Lord. We don't invest time. It is only 10, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And that is not our priority. But Bhagavad Gita demands, dictates, keep this at the top priority of your existence. Until unless we at our own level understand and commit ourselves to do that on a daily basis, Bhagavad Gita will not change, will not transform us. The Lord says, give me your mind. So what should I do? I have to clean it. I have to rub it. I have to squeeze it. Bring the purity and then offer to at the lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Otherwise, it will not be accepted. It will be a great insult if I offer my mind, which is dirty, before I clean it properly. So it is my duty. He just asked me, give me your mind. So clean it on a daily basis, what you do. There are a lot of techniques: meditation, yoga, purity, satyavachan, compassion, empathy. Make it happen, then offer it. Otherwise, it will not be accepted. And then, as Joshi just said, the theory of reincarnation kicks in, and we'll be rolling around. We are very fortunate that we came in contact with a great man who transformed us. And for the last 30, 40 years, whatever our commitment was, honestly, certain things happened in our personalities who are sitting on this platform at this time. And Joshi ji is the eyewitness, Geeta ji is the eyewitness, Prasad ji is the eyewitness, Peter ji is the eyewitness, and many other devotees whose names are not clear due to the this technology. So what I am saying, if you want to give your mind to Bhagwan Sri Krishna, clean it. And process is embedded in Bhagavad Gita. Second thing he is asking Bhagwan Sri Krishna, that give me your patram push, give me the fruit, give me the flower. I'm sorry, flower. So what is flower in our personality? It all relates to our personality. Other flowers he grows, multitudes, billions and trillions, multicolored flowers are there. He's not asking. He's asking your flower. So flower in our personality is our intellect. Intellect, and the subdivision of intellect is the memory also. So if you have to offer your memory to Bhagwan Sri Krishna, again you have to clean it. It is cluttered. It is choked. You have to squeeze the negativity from it. You have to delete. the negative thing, the dirt or demerits of others, which you never forget. People compromise their immune system only because they are not letting go. They don't squeeze the mind from the negativity. And your mind, it is your responsibility. My mind is my responsibility, no blame. So we have to clean it before we offer it. So use the technique, modern technology of saving and deleting. We do on our cell phones every day. But the human body is the climax product of computer. सबसे बड़ा computer है. So the same technique should be applicable on a daily basis before you go to bed. Clean it, delete it. Don't save the demerits of others. It will hurt you because your emotional field will be totally shattered if you're holding the demerits of others. Hold the positivity, good things about others. So this is the process before you offer your intellect and memory to Bhagwan Sri Krishna so that it is accepted. Clean it, clean it. Use the technique of delete and save. Save. Saving means living in the kingdom of the Almighty. हम भगवान की बनाई हुई सृष्टि में रहते नहीं हैं. We are living in our own kingdom of I-ness. And that is the possessions. घर है, मकान है, बैंक बैलेंसेस है, स्टेटस है, नेम एंड फेम, उसमें हम रहते हैं. And that should be deleted. Saving is that God is omnipotent, omnipresent, compassionate. I should try to develop those habits in my personality while I am on this planet to break the cycle of rebirth. Because हम कहते रहते हैं कि rebirth, rebirth, rebirth उनका होता है जिनकी states of mind सात्विक होती है. Otherwise, there are 8.4 million evolutions. पता नहीं कहाँ line में लगना पड़े. But when your state of mind is sattvic, you have a golden opportunity to come back in some form, some shape, in the womb of a prospective mother with a programming so that you can sharpen your skills and get the status to sit in the feet of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. So what I am trying to convey with utmost humility is that under this concept, delete the negativity from your memory, make it clean, and save the glory of Lord, the goodness of others. We are the projection and extension of each other. Bring those thoughts, bring the wisdom of Bhagavad Gita, save it, save it. We don't save it. We discuss it, but let it go. And the third element is the fruit. And he's not asking for bananas and apples and other fruits which are available in the market, supermarket. He produces those in abundance. He is asking the fruit of your action. Fruit of your action. So whatever you do, be mindful, because the fruit of your action has to be offered. There are many, many, many verses in Srimad Bhagavad Gita supporting this wisdom. The fruit of your action, that is what you can offer to Bhagwan Shri Krishna. And how it can happen? You have to adopt the right means. Right means. Your intent and motive should be pure before you initiate any action, all the actions. But we do our activities at random. We are totally, most of the time, devoid of this wisdom that the end result has to go if you want to offer it. Anything less than that is not accepted by the Almighty Bhagwan Shri Krishna. So I should be very mindful during my existence of this planet that my actions must be based upon means. Pure means. Means will decide the end result, which is the fruit. So adopt the right means, honest means, in consonance with the rules and regulations of the creation, which is called dharma. Obey the lofty rules of value system, which is called dharma. Anything less than that, if we are doing certain things, the result is corrupt. You cannot offer that corrupt result in the feet of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. So I have to be mindful on our daily basis. It is not we are talking 100 years before or 50 years before. I am talking of tomorrow and today, whatever time is left. Tomorrow, yesterday, and today, it is for our own convenience. Time is a river. Just to understand the concept of time, we made it. The Creator didn't create yesterday. Creator didn't create today or tomorrow. It is a river. Time is a river. Any given moment is the time. So don't wait it. Start right now. Be mindful of your means, what you adopt, and what is your intent and motive before you initiate any action. It is simple, it is doable, but you have to challenge yourself. Am I doing or I am not doing? So simple. If I am doing, sooner or later, I will be sitting in the lotus feet of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. जब भक्त चलता है तो ईश्वर बहुत जल्दी चल के उसको पकड़ लेते हैं, उसको एम्ब्रेस करते हैं. There are a lot of verses. So the same concept is, that is what I am saying in plain English. I am not reciting any verses at this time because time thoda hota hai. But I am honestly want to convey, we must transform ourselves. There's no ifs and buts. And I must assess myself at the end of the year, whatever year we are talking about. There's no year, it is moment. But those are the wrong terminology. We have been accustomed to use it. So any given moment, watch yourself. Watch yourself. Am I adopting the right means or corrupt means? And what is the state of my mind when I initiate any action? Is it based upon corrupt thinking? Am I taking advantage of people? Or I'm trying to help them? These are simple things. So let us pray to Almighty Bhagwan Shri Krishna and our own Gurudev Ji Maharaj to give us the wisdom to sustain these thoughts and make sure that these three things, your mind, your intellect, memory, and the fruit of your action, not anybody else's action. So be very mindful. Be very mindful. Even when I am doing puja, adoration, I should be selfless. I should not be asking things. God knows. Don't remind him. He's not a kid. He is a God. He is the Almighty. So let us adjust our thinking, adjust our life, clean your memory, and be mindful. And that is why we say, do meditation, mindful meditation, and mindful meditation. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev. Back to Joshi ji.
Thank you so much. Bringing a very, very powerful verse from Bhagavad Gita, Patram Pushpam Param Soham. Very dear to Gurudev too. He talked about it many times. And one thing for sure, we are all different, but our goal for everyone is to be very happy unconditionally. How to be happy forever, permanent. And Bhagavad Gita has that power to give us that blessing. Gurudev used to say, Gandhiji used to have some problem. He was a great freedom fighter. And when he had no solution from outside, he will go and sit in the lap of Mother Gita, open the book, read few pages, and he will find a solution. We are fortunate. We are very fortunate. We are discussing that beautiful Shastra. With that, I want to humbly request Dr. Prasadji, please carry on with the ultimate analysis of the verses that we hear. Dr. Saab, please take it over. Thank you.
Unmute yourself, please.
Dr. Saab, unmute कर दीजिए.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Done.
Perfect.
Okay. Vansi vibhushita-kara navneerdabha pitambara darunabimba-phaladarosta Purnendu Sundaramukha Arvindanetra Krishnat Param Kimapi Tattvamaham na jane Ajnanitimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Divine Souls, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev. We have been going through the Yajna portion of chapter 4 from 24 onwards up to 30. As I mentioned, we have 12 chapters, 12 Yajna in this segment. We have gone through one, that is Brahma Yajna. Now in this verse 25, two more Yajna have been described. And we have gone through this before, but let me take it again, because they are very important things for us to understand and bring into practice. As our brother Narendra Kapoorji has been emphasizing, the same thing comes in Bhagavad Gita everywhere. We have to understand, absorb, and we have to follow. What is Yajna? What are two Yajna mentioned here? Bhagavan says, Daivameva pare yagyam yoginah paryupasate brahmagnava pare yagyam yagyenaivopavyujyati. There is the upper part deals with a yajna called Deva Yajna, also called Bhagavad Arpan Rupa Yajna. Here, what is offered, what is oblation, is world material. If you remember the chart I had mentioned earlier, that we have Brahma and then the rest of the world. World, outside world is samasti prakriti, and inside world, the body, the vyashti prakriti. What happens? We are involved in the outside world all the time, interacting with the world outside, and forget about the Brahma, which is sarvasya chaham hridisannivisto. In our body, within, Brahma is established, and we ignore that. Now, this yajna, Bhagavan is saying, Arjuna, those who are saguna upasaka, that means those who pray God in the form, and there are many, many gods, as you all know. And he advises that you give up oblation to the fire of Devata. You offer your things to the Devata to give them and get rid of those worldly things which you don't need. Actually, you don't need anything in the world. But what happens? The yogina, that means those who are practitioners of yoga, they understand this very well. But there are then individuals who do not understand, and they perform those yajna with the aim of getting something for them in return. They perform yajna, but they also want something in return from God. And depending upon the power, if it is Ma Lakshmi, he will ask for wealth. If it is Ma Saraswati, he will ask for learning, education. So in that way, all various gods, they have their own limited power to give to the practitioners who are praying to them. Bhagavan says here, the real thing is that nothing belongs to you. Everything belongs to Brahma. Everything belongs to Bhagavan. It is his creation. So when you offer to him, you take it, that is yours. No, it is not yours. It is Bhagavan. So you should take it that it is his. Patram, Puspam, Phalam, Toyam, as has been just talked about. All those things in the world, they are yours. And those who are real yogi, those who are real yajna karta, they offer as yajna, twadiyam vastu govinda tudyameva samarpe. They recite this mantra that Bhagavan, all these things are yours. I am just offering on to you, and you do whatever you like. I don't have any desire or any ichha to get something from you. No wish. I don't wish anything. It is selfless. They perform all the yajna, they do selfless. Outcome, those who are following the path of this to get something out of the yajna, like putreshti yajna, prayer is done or sacrifice is done with a particular purpose of getting child. Then you get child. So that is drashta. You can get it. If you want wealth, you get the wealth. You want the remedy from a disease, you pray for particular God, and you may get cured. So that is drashta. You can see that. But then when you are performing selfless yajna, then you get something adrashta. Grace of Bhagavan falls on you. If it is offered, when you offer with that sense within you or within us, that it is your thing, Bhagavan, I am offering you thing you have given to you. That is yours. It is not mine. So there is selfless. In that case, there is selfless attitude. And Bhagavan, from his own side, give you the grace which he has got, which is adrishta. You may not see it, but it falls upon you. many, all of us, I don't think every one of us have realized that there are situations when things happen without your realization, and you can't explain as to how something happens to you, but that is grace. I don't want to talk about, so many stories are there. All of us are sitting there. Everyone has some stories to say. Joshi ji, Geeta, Kiran ji, airport, she lands in the airport, there is nothing, she doesn't know where to go. Suddenly there is a piece of paper in the pocket and she finds the phone number. So there, every one of us, I don't want to take time on that, those examples. Every one of us have seen, that have gone through the experience of getting something from somewhere without your realizing. And that is what is called adrishta phalam. We don't see it, but it happens. And that is what is grace. So from Daiva Yajna, what message it is, we have to take the message from this Yajna is to that when you offer everything. Yat karosi, yat asnasi, yat juhosi, dadasi, yat tapasose kaunte, madarpanam. That is the Bhagavad Arpana Yajna. You offer whatever you have got, you offer with that in our mind. That doesn't, it is not mine. It's not mine. I didn't get it, although you procure from market, but this is yours. I am offering on to you, and this is to you to accept it, and whatever you feel like you do. From my side, as a performer of Yajna, it is Bhagavad Arpana Rupa Yajna. We offer without any thinking that it is mine or it is not. The other part is Brahmagnava Pare Yajnam Yajne Nebopa Yujyati. This Yajna is of the highest level. Here, the performer is Nirgun Upasak. He is not Sagun Upasak, but he is Nirgun Upasak. And he has nothing to offer. He has offered everything before. Whatever remains in him, which he is called his ego. That ego, whatever he has left with, because the body, as long as the ego is there, body is there. The moment ego is lost, jiva is gone. I will explain that in a minute. So there is this existence of that ego which binds the person and he becomes a jiva. Bhagwan Maharaj ji always talks about jivatma jahan bhi jaye. That jivatma means jiv pakde hue hai usko. That jiva body ko roka hua hai. So that once you offer your ego to Bhagavan, your existence is gone. You are not you. So you are one with Brahma. So that is the one ego. If oblation is ego. Ego is offered by the yogi, and that once is fire, that ego is offered to whom? To Brahma. So this Atma Samarpan Rupa, Brahmagnava Pare, Agni is Brahma. And in that Agni, what is offered is self. That is the conditioned Jivatma. That body, which is a Jivatma, which is Brahma from in the body is Atma. And once it gets involved in the ego and the Antahkaran, then that becomes the part of reflected consciousness or conditioned Jivatma. So what happens? Ego, which was influencing the senses and the objects, they get cut off. Normally, we have got the object, we have the senses. The object from outside gets attracted to our organ, that is sense organs, and with the mind and the intellect, ego is getting the power from Brahma and passing on to all these parts of the body and to the senses, and enjoy the experiences of contact with the senses. So that only happens if the ego is there. Ego is not there. Once ego is surrendered to the Brahma, then what happens? The veil of ignorance is removed. Your ignorance is gone, then you are one with Brahma. You are become Brahmagyani. You can become Jiva. That's what Maharaj always talks about. Jivat to say is Saratha ki prapti. You see, in Bhagavad Gita, all these steps have been very clearly outlined. There is absolutely no ambiguity. It is a question of understanding how we can get rid of the Jivatva and be Iswaratva. This is the final destination. The earlier one was a step. There was one step where you are offering to Bhagavan. Here, the things in the outside world you are offering. Here, what you are offering? You are offering your ego. Once ego is offered, then you are released, completely released, and you become Iswaratva. Let me expand that a bit here. No need to get concerned very much. I will go through this as much as you absorb and realize. They are very simple things we have all gone through, just trying to get to more clear, explicit. There is no ambiguity whatsoever. See, so when we talk of from Jivatma, is Jivat to say is Sarat ki or. What do we mean? That from Jagat, from Sansar, you become Jagadishwar. Jagat say Jagadishwar. That is, you are tied down to Jagat, but you want to get that release from Jagat. What happens? Slowly, slowly we go one step. There are 7 steps has been described. How we can get release from Jagat and become Jagadishwar. First step is that we are, as the vast majority of the whole population of the world, they are concerned that world is this and this body. You interact. You forget about, you're completely ignorant about the existence of Brahma. How often we sit down and think that I am Brahma? How often you see and realize that everything is Brahma? It doesn't happen. Manushyanam sahasresu kaschit yatade siddhaye yatadamapi siddhanam kaschin mam veti tatvata. Hardly there's somebody, there are one who thinks of that tattva, that Brahma. He always involved in Jagat. That is called Jagat Vilas. He is involved in Jagat all the time. There is no way to even think of what Jagat is. We are the students of Bhagavad Gita, trying to understand, trying to learn. Maharaj has given Baradas on us, and we are so fortunate enough to have the grace of that Guru, and we are trying to understand this, analyze this, and then practice that. We all know that the world is nothing but is matter. It is destructible. Everything is destructible completely. It is all perishable. And it belongs, there are 5 bhuta, pancha bhuta. That is the constituent of the whole world. Everything is all having all the bhumi, apa, and vayu come. You all know that. So that stage, once we realize, start to think that we are just, the whole world is just destructible, perishable. It has 5 component constituents. That is the Pancha Bhuta Vilasa. You come to a stage where you realize that there is a Pancha Bhuta. Then you realize that this, from where this Pancha Bhuta comes, they are part of Prakriti, Maya, and the guna of that is directing this. Although the matter is 5, constituents are 5, but whole multitude of things in the whole universe you see. In even those things, is flower or stone or whatever it is, we do not consider that it has those 5 elements. We see that objects as we see, we are involved in that object. We do not realize the presence of those 5 elements in those matter. We do not realize that the guna, it is the guna, Trigunatmaka, Satogun, Rajogun, Tamogun, that is making those constituents into varieties of millions of varieties. Only three guna are making the changes in the Panchabhuta and making it the world. That is the Maya Vilas. Now, this Maya Vilas cannot function alone. This Maya the Prakriti is all perishable. This cannot function unless it has got power from Brahma. That has to be realized. So from where the power comes? The bulb, you may have a refrigerator, but it will not function. You may have the air conditioning, it will not function. You have that Prakriti, but unless there is a power which comes there, that will not be just an object. So there is a need from consciousness to come in. Now, how does this consciousness affect or involve or get the functioning going? There is what is called, we have been talking about reflected consciousness. It is not direct, it is reflected. It is, as you talk about the iron, when it is heated, it is a borrowed power from heat that the iron ball gets heated, and then after the power is gone, it becomes cold again. So it is a borrowed power from somewhere else, and that is what is called Chida Vilas. That is reflected consciousness. It is power. The power comes from Brahma, but not direct. It is through the reflected consciousness. From where reflected consciousness comes? It is reflected from where? It is witness consciousness. This is pure. The witness consciousness, that is Atma, Suddha Atma in the body. That Suddha Atma provides this power through Antahkaran, and that Antahkaran gets the body functioning in enlightening. So there is a state of what is called Chida Vilasa. Now, and the witness consciousness is Chida Vivrakta. It is pervaded in everywhere. This is pervaded, and that pervaded is called Chinamaya. That means this supreme consciousness is pervaded entire everything. There is nothing where it is not pervaded. That is a state called Chinamaya state. But then there is the highest state where there is nothing but pure consciousness. It is the existence of Chin Matra. There is Chin Matra. There is nothing but Brahma. And in this connection, I told you last time about the story of Mary Hale, one of the devotees of Swami Vivekananda. She was in England. She used to write letter to Swami Vivekananda. In one of her letters, she wrote, Swamiji, all is good. She wrote, all is good. And the reply comes from Swami Vivekananda, God only is, rest is not. there is no existence of all. The moment you say all, that means there are this, that. As we get in this verse, Yo mam pasyati sarvatra, sarvam cha mai pasyati. See, there are two parts. This is verse 30 of chapter 6. So, Yo mam pasyati sarvatra. That means this is Chinmaya. Everywhere there is presence of Brahma. There is nothing else. But then there is another part, Bhagavan says, Sarvam cha mai pasyati. That means if you are not able to see the presence of Brahma everywhere, then in the matter which you see, you find the presence of existence of mind. You see the presence of mind. There are two parts. One is Chinmaya and other is Chinmatra. When you say Chinmaya, That means जो matter hai, whatever the matter you see, whatever objects you see, in that object, sarvam, that is sarvam, mai pasyati. You see me, the presence of, if you are not able to see everything as a universe, then whatever you see, you have you experience the presence of Brahma there. That is the Chinmatra, Chinmaya and Chinmatra, the two things, that is the ultimate seventh layer, nothing but pure consciousness there. Brahmarparam Brahmavir Brahmagdo Brahmanahutam. Everything is Brahma and nothing but Brahma. Oh, I think I have gone beyond my time. I am sorry, I was not watching the watch. It's all right. Thank you very much. Jai Sri Krishna. We can continue next week. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much. We are beyond time and space, so that's okay. That's perfectly all right. Okay. We were very lucky to have two very powerful verses today. Patram Pushpam Phayam Soyam and Yomam Pasati Sarvatra. That verse, the two verses are so powerful. If we can study them and put that in our life, done, Kalyan ho gaya. Thank you so much, Narendraji and Dr. Prasadji. And of course, thanks to Swami Geeta Kiranji for giving us the platform to keep meeting every Thursday. Gurudev's blessing be with you, Geeta Kiranji, always. I want to thank you. Also, I want to remind all of you, Geeta Kiranji conducts full moon singing, crystal singing with mantras, meditation every full moon. And that full moon is this time on June 5th, I think. So we'll let you know again the exact date, the June 4th or June 5th. 8 o'clock Thailand time, so it's 8 o'clock Chicago time, 9 o'clock New York time. Please join us. And again, remind you that in the first week of August, the National Gita Conference is coming up in Minnesota. It will be, people will come there in person, like Kapoor will be there, I will be there, but it will be on Zoom too. So it will be possible for most of us to participate. With that, thank you everyone. Thank you everyone, and thank you everyone, including Brother Peter Lee and all those who attended. Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev.
Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Gurudev.